You are live. StreamYard says, Mr. Abundance, you are live. Well, let me welcome the community of abundance, because that is who we are. Abundance, the community of abundance. And so I just want to do my first presentation presenting TAC, TAG, the abundance coin. Some people might say, Mr. Abundance, the abundance coin, is it TBC? No, it's not TBC. This coin gave birth just about, the idea of this coin, I think it gave birth about 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks, about 15, 20 days ago. And it has now left the idea stage, because as I often said to the community, is that poverty is a lack of ideas and creativity. That is the result of poverty, lack of ideas and creativity. And so the idea gave birth at the end of my marathon debate with regards to the admin credit policies, transparency with the operation of TBC. And so the community, by the way, it wasn't even Mr. Abundance's idea, so I can't even take credit. I can't even take credit for the idea. I can't even take credit for the name of the coin, because the name that I suggested, it went through the window, because it was already a coin that is on the market. So Mr. Abundance is just the facilitator of what the community has decided, that we need to have a coin that will be spendable in no time, a coin that we have to bring to prominence, the top three. And so with TAC, TAC, there is no admin fees, and there is no monthly fees, there is no yearly fees in TAG. So TAG will be a truly an abundance-based coin to catapult us. And so we will stop dreaming, because everyone dangles the bait of prosperity, the bait of financial freedom, especially to people of color. And we have bought those baits, line, hook, and sinker. And every time we are about, or we think we're about to enjoy freedom and abundance, we are often so disappointed. And so we have decided as a community that we cannot continue to go around in circles, because we will end up at the same point. And so the abundance coin gave birth, as I said, at the end of my marathon debate, calling upon the admin of TBC for accountability, transparency, and to put management systems in place, so that when financial institutions and government examine what we have, they can see that we are credible. We are yet to see anything change, but it's not over. And so today I will be, let me share my screen. We'll be talking about TAC, the new coin that is coming out very, very shortly, in a matter of weeks. This is what the logo will look like. I think we're going to do some modification, of course. This is just a sample, but we will do some modification. I think a nice purple background would be nice to stick with our team in the 21st Century Leadership group, because what we are doing in TAG and the 21st Century group, they are both on the same mission. And so TAG will just be a part of the mission and the objective of the 21st Century group. And that is to address the long decades of financial genocide that we, especially the people of color, has been led to born. Generational curse and poverty and lack have been our portion. It's time for us to put a stop to it. And so TAC, may I say, will be the vehicle that will rise us truly from poverty, artificial scarcity, into abundance. The good thing with TAC, it will be public. So it doesn't need any particular amount of person nor merchant for its liquidity. The day we put it on the exchange is the day it will become liquid. And so that is the goal, TAG as a public coin. Now, let me go. A few questions came in, and I took note and some information that I will give you quickly, because I want to read your comments as well, because some of you might be asking about the Kringle and the TAG, how it's going to work. All that will be elucidated, in time, because at the end of the day, we have to grow this coin to prominence in a very short while. And I am saying we will launch this in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, we will launch TAG in every country in Africa. And I believe we will start with Nigeria, because Nigeria has already basically took over TAC. Nigeria took over TAC. Almost all Nigerian states have a head, a state coordinator. And I think next to Nigeria is Libya. I think Libya has already almost all its state, its county coordinators in place, and they're now putting in district coordinators. I know that Togo is doing the same as we speak. Oh, and also South Africa. Yes, South Africa has already put in quite a few leaders as well. So we are getting there. And Ghana, of course. Did I see Ghana list? I think so, Yes, Ghana, I think, sent out its list already of all its coordinators. So we're getting places. And so TAC will be a utility coin. It will worth $1 at the inception. And we're looking at in 10 weeks time. So by January 10th, this coin will be available, not on the market, but be available to be purchased. And then we will decide the day when we will launch TAG. And as I said, we're going to launch it first in Nigeria. And after the launch, then of course it will take a little while, then we'll put it on the exchange. So it will be able to exchange among all the coin and also into fiat. Because once the coin is public, then it will be able to, you can use TAC to buy Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. I mean, it will interact with all the coins. And also you will have the ability to exchange your TAC into cash. And so this is why I am saying to the founding members now, I do not know how much coins you will get at this point, because as I said, we are in concept and we are still working on best practice. Because may I say to a lot of you that the way how the doors are opening up for TAG, a lot of you don't even know half of what is going on behind the scene. I mean, this coin will be the rival to Libra, not even Bitcoin. When we are finished with Bitcoin, we will make Bitcoin look like a toy. I said we will make Bitcoin look like a toy. And so our rival, according to my consultant today, he said, Mr. Abundance, the way how you're presenting this, because I already gave them basically the content of our purpose for this coin, our mission for this coin, our aim for this coin, our objective for this coin. So, and they're very impressed because all this will form the white paper, the content that I'm now giving. So be patient. You guys know when this coin gave birth. I told you the funds could have been raised privately, but I decided to throw it out to the community. Let the community be the founding members. It is your coin. And that is why I said you now need to mobilize your countries to show the seriousness, because that is how the countries I will visit to launch TAC. So I know Nigeria is now vying for first place. Papua New Guinea and Ghana, I think, is in second place. And so, please, that is how we will launch TAC, is by your ability to demonstrate your seriousness and move into action. Now, TAC also, as I said, will worth $1 when it becomes available. And of course, because it's going to be a public coin, the value will be driven by demand and supply. And of course, the strength of the community. We will also have the features for it to be interact. And by the way, you please pass the link around, share it in the group. Yes, I forget to do that. Let me see, somebody's trying to get, let me see what they're saying. They may be saying something to me, I believe. I don't know. So let's see. Yes, please share the link. If you're in the group, okay, I think it's already gone live in the groups. Yes, I think it's, yes, Gabriel, yes, thank you very much, sir. It's one thing with my admin, they're able. I have able admin. May I say to my admin, your life will never be the same. TAG will change your life. You have contributed. You have been with Mr. Abundance through thick and thin, and you will be rewarded handsomely in TAG. And all the leaders that are in TAG, be rest assured that TAG is yours. I have already put in management systems in place, and a lot of you will notice that. We already have another day I will speak to it, but all those countries that I spoke about, let me run through the countries that we have on board right now. Okay, so we have let me see. We have okay, so we have Papua New Guinea, and And of course, the national executive coordinator there is Mr. Samson Lucar, and his deputy is Mr. Stanley Alois. We have our national executive coordinator in Nigeria, Bishop Goodswill Mikini, and his assistant, we have Madam Joan Oku. And then in Uganda, our executive coordinator is Pastor Joseph, Reverend Joseph Othino, and his deputy is Madam Betty Kaskwiti. In Ghana, we have our executive coordinator there is Reverend Emmanuel Boyson, and his deputy is Apostle Isaac Nigo Nelson. In Liberia and Sierra Leone, national executive coordinator is Bishop Alexander Freeman, and his deputy somewhere here. And we have in Cameroon, our national executive coordinator is Professor Julius Taku, and his deputy is Mr. Meto. In Togo, we have Mensa Kufu Feos, and his deputy is Ziron. I think, okay, the assistant executive coordinator in Libya is Pastor Joseph T. Pakula. Okay, and director of communications for that group is Mr. M. Festis Taylor. Okay, and they have given their coordinators. So we're on a move. All right, another day I will deal with that. Okay, so we're talking about management. So we have executive coordinators responsible for countries, and we also have, state coordinators. We're putting in management system in place. So let me go down. Once the coin, okay, it will, as I said, by January 10th of this year, we should roll out TAC in terms of availability to purchase. A lot of you now who are prepaying with your investment, you're now investing in TAC. You are the founding members in TAC. This is a community-based coin. And so it's not about Mr. Abundance, because Mr. Abundance alone cannot do it. And so we are saying to the community that we are on a tight schedule. We cannot miss any of our, what we call milestones. We have already raised enough money to start the project, which kicked off Monday, the 4th of November, Monday gone. And so our next milestone or payment is on the 15th of November. And so far, we are on schedule. We're not ahead, we are not behind. We are on schedule to meet our next milestone. It is very critical that we meet our milestones so that we do not incur additional costs nor delay. We cannot delay. My consultants are telling me, listen, Libra is in a little legal problem right now. And so you have an opportunity now to get ahead of Libra because of their platform of 2.5 billion members. They have already a platform. And so we need to create our own platform because this coin will rival Libra. And that is why it's important that the founding members come in now, because in a quick time, you will not be able to buy one TAC. You have it now, it is nothing. And as I said, founding members, we do not know how much coin you will get. One thing we advise, we cannot discount the coins as if we are crazy. Serious investors will not take us seriously. And that is why even in TBC, the admin says, through willful ignorance, we are discounting the coins. Augustine is selling 1,000 TBC for for less than $100. Augustine, one admin spokesperson. 1,000 TBC. That is the danger, and that is why this callousness cannot happen in TAG. There are too much leaders in TAG of worth to allow this to happen. It cannot happen in TAG. And so in 10 to 12 weeks, we're looking at delivering TAG so that you can make your purchase. You bring in your friends and because you should be in there at the foundation anyway. Because once we reach our target, the prepaid contributions that you're now making will be stopped. So we will cut off the founding members when we reach and complete all our milestones. And so you will go down in history for having created the world best public coin to ever hit the market. Once the coin is launched, crypto payment processors will integrate our coin in their platform to buy or pay online using our coin. And this is very important. TAG will be after launch and on the exchange. The crypto payment processors will integrate our coin into their platform. And that is why we have to bring this coin to prominence. So the top three, I said, we are aiming for the top three in 2020, not in 2021, in 2020. And that is why I must travel every African country to ensure this viability, to ensure that our people benefit the most. Because it is for this reason that TAG gave birth, to really address, not to promise and then move the goalpost, but to seriously address poverty and lack and artificial scarcity. And once we bring it to prominence, TBC admin will, because he will have no choice. He has Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. I am saying TBC admin will have no choice than to make TAG a fourth option within the back office that allow every TBCian to use. And once we begin to accept TBC, it will cause other prominent coins to accept it. Because once you use your coin, your Kringles to buy TAG, you can now use your TAG to exchange into fiat or buy any other currency on the market. That is the strategic plan of TAG that will change life. And you don't have to wonder who is behind TAG, because you are the ones who are creating it. All right, so investors will be able to register. And of course, this will have multiple options for you to join. Debit card, credit card, Bitcoin. I mean, we will look to see what major payment processors, especially in Africa, so we can link with our system to have the growth of TAG seamlessly. I said anything that will retard the growth of TAG, it will die. It will die. Nothing, no programs, no policy shall stranglehold TAG. TAG is on a mission. And our mission is to accomplish that which has been promised, but we have not yet seen abundance. That is why the coin is called the abundance coin. Of course, that's my software. They will provide for us 180 days unconditional free maintenance to make sure that our system TAG is going good. The abundance coin will be an ECR20 compliant, built on Ethereum blockchain. It will mine the same way as Ethereum is now mined, and it will also go as efficient. It will be as efficient between peer-to-peer as ETH transaction is at this time. Okay. In terms of will the coin have maximum value, the value will determine on demand. Okay, because it is a market coin. We're looking at 1 billion or 2 coins that has not yet confirmed. But I also want you to understand that having 1 billion coin or 2 billion, that does not mean that it will be available on the market. And so we will have to, basically be advised by the technicians. And may I say to us in TAG, we are so blessed. May I say to us in TAG, we are so blessed. We are so fortunate to have reputable advisors and technician consultants that will form part of our technical advisory committee, because it's one thing that the investors, people with real money will take you serious, is when they look at your advisory board and they see people like former ex-president or vice president of Goldman Sachs, when they see senior architect of Citrix on your board. We're talking about heavyweight that is behind of TAC. Persons that command respect in the crypto world and in the financial world. So that is why Mr. Abundance is saying to you who are listening, it is your time to ensure that you contribute into TAG as much as it can now. Don't let what happened to Bitcoin happen to you, because TAG will rise in value as sharp as a lot of you are not even anticipating. That is what will happen to TAG. And some of you will see it and you will weep day and night for having made this opportunity to be a founding member passes you. You will be running behind of TAG. Now you should be in front of TAG. You will be running. And so may I say to those of you who have seen the vision and have prepaid for your TAG to allow the birth and the realization of TAG. Stephen Fetter, good evening, my boss. I salute you. This is Stephen Fetter from Ghana. And may I say to you, Stephen, I'm sure you have already contributed your investment into TAG. Reverend Emmanuel over there in Ghana, he is the one that is responsible. His information is in the group. Some of you who want to pay by cash to mobile money, you send it to him. He will buy the Bitcoin and he will send back the information to you so you can send it to us. Everything is transparent. That is why Mr. Abundance don't confirm transaction. This is what I'm talking about, transparency and leadership. Mr. Abundance hand over all monies received by the admin in place. I have about 9 admin staff right now collating all your data. It's not Mr. Abundance. At the end of the day, the funds reach into my blockchain, but there are levels of checks and balance. So Mr. Abundance can say, I received 2,000, when in fact I received 10,000. And so that is why you always must have checks and balance. So people will have confidence in what you're doing. I spoke about leadership. I spoke about systems. And so Mr. Abundance has to do the same. I have already created an acting governing body in TAC which comprises of all the heads and deputy of every country. We have that body. A lot of you may not know it, but that body is already in place. And there is where decisions will be made. I will soon invite my technicians and consultant in that body, but the time is not yet. The time is not yet for that. But these things are in place. These things are in place. All right. And so welcome, welcome Kasumu Latif. Welcome, sir. I know you have made your contribution already. I saw that. Thank you very much for the vision and for the wisdom that you see in TAC. Crypto, may I say to you folks that all the financial analysts are saying cryptocurrency will catapult ordinary men and women to enormous wealth that this world has never seen. And so you are at the right time. You are at the birth of TAC. You are the one that suggested TAC. As I said, I can't even take one iota of credit. As a matter of fact, I don't know who was in the group that was saying, Mr. Abundance, create your coin. I get so annoyed with him that I blocked him out of the group. And that is on record. I blocked him out of the group because he was annoying to Mr. Abundant. So I can't even take credit. I can't take credit. Not even for the name. All right. Good evening, Mr. Abundance. We appreciate your effort. May God bless you, sir. Blessing Goodwin from Nigeria. Thank you very much, Blessing Goodwin. The same blessing you bless us with, we would like to return it to you, because we have to realize, by the way, I'm not too sure if I will be a resident of Nigeria or Ghana, but wherever Mr. Abundance picked up resident, I will run for president for that country, because we can do much more than what we're doing. I believe in leadership at the highest level. Good evening, Mr. Abundance. You are blessed. Ogunbo Wali, you are blessed as well. Quickly, because we don't want to go over at least 40 minutes. Wahid, best of Mr. Abundance. Yes, sir. Good evening, Mr. Abundance. This is Belgium from Belgium. We just can't wait for TAC to get started. Well, we have already started. We have already started. And so what we're now doing, the members are prepaying for TAC coin. And that money is now used to create TAC. So that is what we're doing now. So you in Belgium, you need now to coordinate your team and have them make their contribution to TAC. All information is already in the group. And so you have to be part of the founding members. We can't wait until it becomes available, because the time it comes available, TAC will be $3, will be $4. And whereas you now have it at $1, don't wait until TAC reach $10 and then to be crying, because Mr. Abundance will not be able to drop the value of TAC to allow you to come in. I said Mr. Abundance will not allow, cannot drop the value for TAC for you to come in. So you have an opportunity now to come in and to raise your value and your worth. The TAC is now $1. 100 give you at least 100. And we will see the bonuses that we can give you as founding members on top of that 100. So this is your time to come in. TAC is our birthright. It is your birthright. Take control. God will make you lead us to our destination. Love you, Mr. Abundance. I love you too. And so I thank all of you, because it is you that given birth to TAC. It is you. That is why you have to claim it. That is why you must see TAC to its success. Because it's, as I said, it's not even Mr. Abundant's idea. I can't even take credit for it. You only asked me to lead, and that's what I'm doing. And of course, with my leadership team, because Mr. Abundance can't do it alone. And you guys know the system that are in place. You know the leadership system that are in place. And now we're putting in every country. All right. Hi, Mr. Abundance. Hi. Hi, sir. Yes. Hi, sir. Good evening, Mr. Abundance. Good evening, Mr. Mark Robert. And I know he's a contributor in TAC. Good evening, Mr. Abundance. Good evening, there, my brother. Crypto Hub. Is this coin being developed on either blockchain or Bitcoin blockchain? What is the token matrix? How do you arrive at $1 price tag with an exchanges? What will be the circular supply? All right, we're still working on the circular supply, whether it's a billion or 2 billion. But that's not important. Is what you made available at any time. And of course, I've been advised by the best. As I mentioned, that we will be on Ethereum blockchain. The coin at the initial stage will worth $1. And it will go from there. Yes, we have that control to price the coin at birth. From there, once it goes public, then we have no control. The market, the demand for it, the strength of the community will rise its value. Thank you so much, Mr. Abundance, for your good work. You opened our eyes to most of the things we didn't know in TBC. Here again, you have taken us to embark on a blissful and successful voyage. Ride on, sir. Thank you very much, my brother. It's all about leadership. When you understand leadership, you cannot let anyone lead you blindly. Because what the Bible says, if the blind lead the blind, you will fall into a ditch. And that is why Mr. Abundance took time many months before I do one broadcast with my audios, teaching, goal setting, personal development. I did it with motivational, informational, transformational sessions before I came out on YouTube. And so I am just practicing what I taught. We are glad that TAG has come to stay. Yes, it will stay. Mr. Wealthgate. I am saying to you, Ghana and Nigeria, get ready to launch TAC. I will be there in full color. Mr. Abundance will not hide behind of a dark curtain running any business. I will be up front. God is on our side. We Nigerians are with you. Blessing. Thank you very much. I know Nigeria. I can tell you, Pastor Bishop, God's will, my goodness, he has taken off like a kite. I have never seen anything like this. Nigeria, you are truly leading. You are leading. All right. Hello, Mr. Abundance. I have a question. If you do not reach amount of 60,000 needed, what will you do? Do you have a plan B? Well, put it this way, we have already reached that. We have already reached 60,000. We have already claimed it. We already claimed it. And so far, we're on schedule. Plan B, as I mentioned, is having to move the expected finish date of delivery, which is January 10th. And number two, as a result of moving that date, it is likely to increase the cost as well. And that is what we do not want. And that is why the community has to be educated. And that is why things are now putting in place to ensure that we do not miss any milestones. And as I said, so far, we are on target. Thank you very much for that question. Good evening, Mr. Abundance. Good evening, John. Good evening, Mr. Abundance, and to the community of TAG. Good evening, Checker John. You're welcome, sir. To be among the top 3 by 2020 is possible with God on our side. I think all things are possible. We just have to become meaningful specifics, that's all. Nothing beat meaningful specifics. It's a Bible principle. As a man thinketh, so he becomes. You think like an entrepreneur, you will begin to develop the characteristics. You will begin to develop the mindset and the attitude, and you will begin to speak the language of an entrepreneur. And as you concentrate in your thinking and steadfast in what you are thinking, then you become, it will become a reality. Because nothing that we have now seen has not has first given birth in the mind. Nothing escapes the mind. And I challenge the community to point to Mr. Abundance, anything that you can see on earth. Tell me that it did not first given birth in the mind before it came out in through the time of space. And that is why nothing that we see is permanent. It's not permanent because it only takes a change of culture to produce a different reality. I said it's only take a change of culture to create a different reality. And how do you create a different culture, Mr. Abundant? You can only create a new culture with a different vision of the future. You can only change a culture by a different vision of the future. And so as we think about TAG, it will become what we think. We say it will be number one it will be. Nothing escapes the mind. You become what you think and you attract. And as you become an entrepreneur, you will attract other entrepreneurs. It is Bible principle. Principles cannot be broken. I see all that happened in TBC happened for our own good. Most especially we African continent. None of us must joke with this golden opportunity. May I say, I bless you. I told the community of Tibetians that this is a Joseph experience that Mr. Abundance had in TBC. Because what was meant for evil to destroy Mr. Abundance was actually for Mr. Abundance's own good, and will also save TBC, because that's what Joseph did. Joseph, the intention of his brothers was to kill him, and they sold him into slavery. But look what he did. He saved himself. He saved his family. He saved Egypt. And that is what will happen with TAG. TAG will save you in Africa, and it will save TBC. That which was meant for evil has now been turned to be a blessing to all of us in TBC. And that is why you have to make this Make 2020 be your year when historians will record you. I said your children will praise you. Your community shall eulogize you for what you have seen and what you have made TAG to become. Because cryptocurrency is what will do it. Showing up to a job every day, you can hardly feed yourself. And let us be honest, a lot of you have worked. You go to primary, secondary, you're going to college, university, you have 1 degree, 2 and 3 degrees. A matter of fact, may I say, in my group, the 21st century leadership groups, I believe more than 75% of those people, original, have a master's degree. I said 75% of those 5 groups that mark the 21st century leadership, I said 75% of them are master's degree students, and about 10% are doctoral, or 15% are doctoral students. So how can we sit back and allow this poverty to continue in our time? How can we stand by and pass on to the next generation what we now are enjoying? We cannot do it. We can't do it. And that is why we have to step in the gap and say enough is enough. Thanks for those who have promised us. But this is our time to promise ourselves that we will be true to our realization of true abundance. Thank you very much, sir. Good evening, Mr. Abundance. Good evening. I can't even call your name. Kuzwao. That's all I could do. Monica Umpa. That's my leader out there in Papua New Guinea. One of my leaders over there. I'm so blessed to come across you, Mr. Abundance. I am blessed by you, my dear sister. You will see me. I said TAG will take me to Papua New Guinea. I agree with you, Mr. Abundance. We in TAG community are blessed. We pray and solicit for oneness in words and deed. Amen. What we want in TAG is oneness. What we want in TAG is unity of purpose. I am saying to all of you who are spinning around, talking about this coin and that coin, ask yourself the question, what is their plan to truly raise you and your continent out of the misery that you're in? Ask them, when you support their coin, what will be your benefit? What will be your benefit? Whoa. Good evening, good and great leader. Good evening, Mr. Abundant. I'm very excited to see this great, wealthy God bless you and lay his hands upon you in Jesus' name from Tabiski, South Africa. Thank you very much, Jabu. Yes, I am blessed. Thank you. God bless you as well. What are we doing? What are doing in order to have TAG propagated in the powerful countries like Japan, Europe, and other countries? TAG will be an international coin. As I said to you, it will rival Libra. The propagation of TAG globally will come. As I said to you, Mr. Abundance has advisory from all over the world that will be on the board, because that is one of the things that will attract those countries to which you alluded to. We have to have international presence representing TAG at the advisory level. So rest assured, but it is for you now to take hold of where we are Don't worry about Japan, because when Japan gets it and China, you will not be able to buy TAG if you don't have it. So talk about how you will be able to make everybody in Africa, in your country, own at least one TAG. That is what your concern should be now. Don't worry about the others, because they have not worried for us for over 500 years in scarcity. No, they have not. They have used us. Look at your sons and daughters in the Mediterranean Sea, drowning every day, running after fake opportunities, running, leaving gold and diamond in Africa because of poor leadership. I said, the day is coming when all that will put to an end. Whoa, we are fully behind you, Mr. Abundance. Thank you very much, my dear leader. Well, Mr. Abundance, you're doing great work. TAG is here to stay. Thank you very much, my daughter. And I believe that's that may not be the person who is thinking, but thank you very much. Mr. Abundance, you have asked for pardon to the one who told you to create your coin. Mr. Abundance, you have asked for pardon to the one. I must ask for pardon. I must, because I blocked him out of my group. I don't even know who he is. And that is why I can't take any credit. Anybody says Mr. Abundance idea to do this, you all can put them in prison or put them in an asylum. An asylum, because continue with a good job, sir. God Almighty will see us through. Thank you very much. Bilia Fana. You're welcome, sir. Mr. Abundance, we are behind you with God on our side. We are well able. Thank you, David. I like that name. Mr. Abundance, do you have some who understand TAG mission in your island, your country? Do you have someone who understands TAG mission in my? Am I not in my country? I'm in my country now. I'm in my country. I'm in my country, sir. Wow. Let me go fast. How do you know that one coin will start with $1? As many coins start with less than $1. As I told you, we will peg it at $1 when it came out. It will be $1. All right. That as much I can tell you. This is Obichi John Chaika. I have got my confirmation of payment and will like to top up. Okay. All right. So you have gotten your confirmation that you have paid, and that is what the admins are doing. As I said this morning in my audio, if you have made contribution between the 1st and the 5th of November, and you are yet to have confirmation tomorrow, we send your information. So I'm happy that you got your confirmation of your investment received. If you want to top up, you will top up, and you will send in your information as you would have done, and just put on the email upgrade. You're upgrading your investment. So if you like if you have contributed $40 or $80, you want to contribute 40 more or 100 more, you just put how much you're upgrading by, and just put upgrade, so they know that you're in the system already. All right, thank you very much. Hello, Mr. Bun. I'm blessed to be a part of this historical event. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Mac Robert. Iseka Hudu. Good evening, Mr. Abundant. We are already campaigning for TAG from the local level here in Nigeria. That is what I know. I am saying to you that Bishop God's Will is doing an excellent job, and he has already made one of his corporate accounts available for TAG. So you can pay by cash, you can pay by mobile transfer, you can pay by internet transfer, you can pay by direct deposit. So Nigeria, you have no challenge. You can pay by Bitcoin. You can pay by, you have everything in Nigeria. The leader for Ghana and the leader for Ghana and which other country? Ghana and Uganda also put a mobile money system in place for collection. Uganda went a step further by making also a bank account so you can directly deposit into that, because we have to raise the funds required to get TAG on the market. All right, so Mr. Abundance, I'm already in the foundation because I've made my own contribution, but now mobilizing my friends in Belgium and other European countries. Thank you very much, sir. I did for TBC. All right, excellent. So there's my leader there. But you need to make yourself known. You need to inbox me so I can officially recognize you as the leader over there in Belgium. You need to put your leaders also in place, and which other countries in Europe that you will be managing, because some persons like Bishop Alexander Freeman, he is actually the executive national coordinator for Sierra Leone and Libya. So he's the exec representing those two countries. All right. So send the information so I can make it known in the group. Blessing Goodwin, Mr. Abundance, can someone donate more than what he or she has? Of course, I've just said it. So you can if you donate $40, you can donate $80. But once we reach the actual, once we collect the actual investment, and they're not donations, because donations is what you give to charity. Donations is what you give to church. You are making an investment. You are pre-paying for your coins in TAG. That is what you're doing. So I want all of you to understand that very well. You are prepaying for your future in TAG, because those coins that you're paying for now, you will not be able to buy them in a couple of months from now. All right. TBC is the best. Okay. Of course, it's the best, but we need to bring it to liquidity. Mr. Abundance, is great to work with you, and you are not here by accident. By His grace, so work the light. May I say, none of us is here by accident. You of yourself is not here by accident. In my audio this morning, I said that all of us came here on this planet to solve a problem only you alone can solve. 1,000,000 sperm went for the egg, but you came out. Why did you come out? You came out because there is a problem that you can solve. And may I say, being poor, you will not be able to solve it. You will not be able to solve it. You will add to the problem. And that is why in His presence, there are no scarcity. There is abundance. Let no one fool you. Poverty is a curse. I said poverty is not a blessing. And every bishop and pastor should hate poverty with a passion. Continue with the good job, sir. Sincerely appreciate your leadership style of transparency and accountability. Keep it up. You're welcome, sir. Don't you think the initial price is way too high? Looking at the supply, and it's been a market coin and price cannot control. No, it's not too high. It's good. It's excellent. We're starting at a good point, and it will rise from there. This is not a plaything. This is real money you have in your hands. And so you want the value to go up, not down. Having a billion coin with no value on the market means nothing to you. It means nothing. And so now it is there. Take full control. Mr. Yemen, one of my directors there in Cameroon. Hello, Mr. Abundance. Hello to assistants. May continue to bless us by accompanying us in TAG. Thank you very much, Mr. Yemen, French speaker, a teacher by profession in Cameroon. TAG is here to liberate the poor. We will achieve the aim and objective. That is correct. We will and we shall. Mr. Abundance, God is on our side. Mr. Gideon, for nothing is impossible with God. That's correct. This is a journey of faith and risk-taking that can't fail. Keep moving, Reverend Dr. Gideon. Thank you very much, Doc. He's over there in Nigeria. You see, heaven will not come down on earth to do what we have in our powers to do. And that is why James told us, faith without work is dead. Faith without work is dead. And so now we have moved from an idea, we have now moved through faith to action. That is when things happen, when you move from faith to action. Good luck to all of us. Well, all your efforts, Mr. Abundance. Good. Thank you very much, Mr. Chris. Good luck to all of us with all your efforts. Thank you very much, sir. Good evening, Jacob. Good evening. Greetings from Ghana, Mr. Abundance. God bless you. Ghana will accept TAG with all his heart. I know that. I know that very well. Apostle Nelson and Bishop Emmanuel over there, Bolson, they're doing a fantastic job. Mr. Abundance, you are so talkative. I wish you go with your wonderful, I wish you, I guess, good on your wonderful mission. If you pray, God will be with you and the whole community. Thank you very much. Reverend Oyuki, greetings from Josephine. That's right, from Uganda. That's my executive, my national executive coordinator there in Uganda. He's already put in place a bank account and mobile money policies for those of you who have challenged with Bitcoin. So everything, as I said, is in place. Greetings from Joseph in Reverend Joseph in Uganda. We are praying for the mission and vision. May God bless you, Mr. Abundance. May he also bless you, Bishop, as you lead Uganda to prosperity. Okay, we will finish in 2 minutes. Please, no more. I will start from the bottom. Let me see who's at the top. I think I had Joseph there. So I will start from the bottom. So I cut off who's at the bottom. So no more. I'm sorry, yo. I will keep you up to date. I will come so ever often so that you can be aware as to where we are. We have 10 weeks to complete this coin and to launch it. We will launch this coin. I believe we will launch it in Nigeria, and then from there we will spring across the world. We will spring across the world from Nigeria. And so prepare yourself, prepare your city, prepare your counties. Mr. Abundance is coming. This is no joke. This is no joke. The show time is over. All right? Show time is over. All right? So please, I'm taking it from the bottom. Mr. Abundance, as you're a good leader, can you tell the community your contribution? Mr. Abundance contribution is known, will be known throughout the entire community of Tibetians. And so all things will happen in its own time. Ensure that your contribution to this project is in, so you can be in the foundation. All right? And so Mr. Abundance is contributing. Tell us your donation. All right, he's asking for my donation. Cryptocurrency are the future money, my friend. Mr. Abundance, you are a good leader. Mr. Abundance, we are sorry behind you in TAG project. TAG is God sent. Whoa, I got my confirmation, Mr. Abundance. This is Stephen Fetch. Thank you very much. I told you the confirmations are coming. The admin is working. It's very important that we send your confirmation of your payment. Mr. Abundance, if I try to analyze how people understand your mission, pray so much that you cannot disappoint the community. All right. No, the community is all of us. We are the abundance coin. It's not even Mr. Abundance. We are the abundance coin. So the burden is on all of us to ensure that we do it. Well, God bless you, sir. Thank you very much. Good evening, Mr. Abundance. We have a following in Trinidad and Tobago. Wow, we do. I didn't even know that. Please, we need to have your leaders there so we can acknowledge you from Trinidad. Thank you very much. All right, and I think that we will close this part of the initial mandate. As a matter of fact, when the programmers asked Mr. Abundant provide us with content, most of what I gave them is basically what we had initially planned as our mission, philosophy, aim, and guiding principles in the 21st Century Group, because everything that we have there is in the abundance coin. That is what the abundance coin is meant to do. And so I just want to thank all of you for your contribution so far. I want to assure you that we are in good hands in terms of our project development. I said they are the top 10 in the world when it comes to blockchain, software, cryptocurrency, soft contracts, white paper. They have done it all. We are among those who have rolled in Goldman Sachs, in Citrix. We are among the financial leaders as our advisors and consultants. And so we are in good hands. And of course, they will support this mission to its completion and will give us the necessary support technically to ensure our level of security in TAC, because TAC will be a coin to be reckoned with once we hit the market. And so I thank you for what you have done so far. I thank you for those of you. We have raised actually, we have raised over what? We have raised over 6,000 so far. I must say to you, we have raised over $6,000. And so we are on a road. We are on schedule to meet our next milestone. And I know a lot of you did not see this coming. And so it actually caught you unaware. I understand that very well. But that is when I always said it is better to be prepared without having an opportunity than to be given an opportunity to which you're not prepared for. Mr. Abundance has repeated this quote ad nauseum. It is better to be prepared without having an opportunity than to be given an opportunity to which you're not prepared for. Because an excellent opportunity, a perfect opportunity, can only make the unprepared, the unqualified appeared ridiculous. That is when you're unprepared. A good opportunity, an excellent opportunity, can only make the unprepared, the unqualified appeared ridiculous. This is Mr. Abundance saying to the house of TACians, welcome aboard. Our journey is divine. You saw how it gave birth. It's given birth out of Mr. Abundance controlled. But I was ready and prepared for the mandate. I was ready and prepared for the task. And able leaders themselves are being prepared. And so I thank you very much for joining me today for my first broadcast presenting TAC. And somebody's calling me. They don't know that I am live. Anyhow, so this is where I end my broadcast, folks. Thank you for joining. Have a blessed day.